Hello and welcome to Mike's Backyard Bonsai. First of all, I would like to say a massive thank you for Grow with Kit, who's got a YouTube channel, and he gave me a massive shout out on his last video, and I was really appreciative of that. And yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you for Grow with Kit before I get started. So thank you very much. I believe you are called Kit. I can't be 100% certain, but I think it would make sense that you are called Kit. So thank you very much, Kit. I really appreciate your YouTube shout out for my channel. So thank you very much. Okay, so on today's video, I'm going to be slip potting this, what I believe now is an English elm, into a slightly smaller pot. Well, I say smaller, it's a little bit shorter. As you can see, this is the pot that I'm going to be putting this into. This was actually what a microwave meal came in. So I collected a few of these because I thought they'd make really nice bonsai pots. Okay, so I'm just going to take the elm out of its pot. And as you can see, we've got some really nice active growing roots, growing tips on those roots. So I'm just going to place it inside the pot, and as you can see, it's at quite a nice level. I'm going to sort of recenter it, make sure it's in the right position, and I'm just going to fill these edges with my substrate. So get the soil in there, like that. I'm just going to use my old paintbrush to poke this down, get it all between the cracks and gaps. I'm just going to tease it in there, try and move some of it away from the base of the trunk, because don't need any additional soil in there. I'm just working it down with my chopstick. Well, it's an old paintbrush. Get it all wedged in around the edge. So as you can see, the soil that I'm using is cocoa coir mixed with perlite and sphagnum moss. The soil that the plant was collected in is currently what it's in. I'm not doing any root work on it at the moment. I want to wait until next year. As you can see, I'm just gonna get this in place, make sure that it's nice and comfortable for the year, because I will be repotting it again next year. Okay, so it's a little bit high in the pot, but I think sort of tease it out a little bit. I think that will do quite nicely. So what we'll do is there's a little bit more of a gap down here. It's only fine because I wanted to recenter the plant in the pot. So I'm just gonna poke a little bit more soil down the edge. It's starting to feel like it's nice and secure in that pot. I'll be honest with you, I haven't wired any of my plants in. I haven't wired any of the plants in. The reason for that is because I live in, my garden's quite sheltered. We don't get much wind, and at no point of any of my trees fallen over or been dislodged from a pot in any way. So I've been quite lucky in that regard, but I do wedge them in quite tightly. So I think that will do quite nicely for this repotting. So what I'll do is I'll just move my camera back so you can have a look at the tree in the pot. So there we have it. We have a repotted English elm. Now, what I would like to do at this stage is I would like to give it an initial pruning, because as you can see, it is growing very vigorously and it could quite happily take a pruning at this point. So I've had a look at the tree. I've been studying the line, and as you can see, it comes up here, curves up here. There's a long straight part here, and then we have this branching at the top. Now, I think what I'm going to do with this plant, and a lot of people might think that this is quite drastic, but I'm going to take my secateurs and I'm going to come in, have a look at this top bud here. This one here is going to be the new leader. This is going to be like a backup branch. And so what we've got is we've got a bend in the trunk here, goes up there, and then it goes off this way. So it creates an interesting curve and it loses this sort of long straight bit. The long straight bit isn't actually that bad. It's got a slight curve going inwards, going in the opposite way. But I think what I'll do is I'll chop it off here, and this will enhance that curve, and it will also add taper to my English elm. I did misidentify this. I thought when I collected it, like I said, it was a hazel, but it does turn out, I think, to be an English elm. So I'll give you a close-up on the foliage once I've chopped this top bit off. Okay, so I'm going to come in here using the secateurs. I'm going to be cut at a slight angle, and that is this tree complete. So yeah, again, I've gone back to a stick in a pot, but this time, instead of wasting all its growing strength on all these different branches, now what it's going to do, it's going to focus its energy on this top branch, and it's going to thicken this up. Now I'm going to leave this to grow. This will grow for the rest of the season, and it should develop quite nicely and gain in strength. This one here I will prune back at some point during the season, but this one here is going to be left to grow. So yeah, that's my English elm repotted and restyled. So I have another English elm that I also collected this season. Both of these trees were actually collected almost exactly 3 months ago. So mid-January is when they were collected. Whilst I was taking my dog out for a walk, I decided to collect these trees. I do like an adventure, so that's exactly what we did. Now this one I'm going to tackle in a slightly different way. Obviously what I'm going to do is I'm going to repot it exactly the same way that I repotted the first English elm. So without further ado, I'll get on with that. So I'm just moving it slightly to one side. I want my trunk to be central. What I'm going to do fill this up around the edges. Get that all wedged in there. Put a little bit on top. Mound it up and then spread it back out. Come down here. All wedged in there. Like that. So at the moment I'm not poking it down, I'm just sort of squishing it down a little bit more surface area on the side of the paintbrush. And get a little bit more of that topsoil down the sides. So yeah, like I said before with the other English elm that I collected, I'm not doing any root work. It was obviously, there was a lot of root work done when I collected it, so there's no need to do further root work. I'm just wedging it in this more interesting pot, even though it is basically just a microwave meal packaging container. But yeah, I'm fairly happy with that. I'm just going to use the other end of the chopstick now just to make sure that it is nice and compact down there. I don't have a greenhouse, so when I've repotted, they've all been completely open to the elements. But yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that, and I think it'll grow on quite nicely for the rest of the season in this pot. So I'm just going to put that back down there. Right, okay. So bring you in a little closer. This is my second English elm that I've repotted, and it's going to grow on to be a lovely tree. So whilst I'm spinning it around, I think what it's probably best to do is put some kind of marker so you can see the line that I'm thinking about working on. Okay, so here it is in its container, and I'm just spinning it around to have a look on which side is going to be the most interesting side. I haven't looked at the roots yet, like I said. It was just a quick repotting, but like I say, this is what we're looking at. So it's a little bit windy here today. So I'm just looking around to see which is going to be the best front, and I like it this way, like that. So it's potted slightly on a slant, which may affect the way that I'm viewing the composition of this plant, but I kind of feel like that is the most interesting front. So I'll put a little marker in there, something like that. Maybe there. And spin it round. Let's see. Is there a different way? I mean, that's quite an interesting direction. But it doesn't really matter at this point, because the main objective, what I'm trying to do with this plant at the moment, is I'm going to grow this main lead along. That's going to grow out, and what I really need to do is have a look at these two branches here, because they both come out of the same spot. Bring you in a little bit closer so you can see. There are two branches coming out of exactly the same spot. Now, I what I would do at this point, and what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to remove that branch. I want to direct the energy of the plant to the branches that I want to develop. I don't want it to waste energy on branches that are not going to be useful. So I've taken that one, I've taken the front one. So as you can see, one branch now, it's cleared that area out, and that looks good to me. And if I move you back, so I'll move you back slightly. Okay, so we are left with a plant that looks like that. So now what's going to happen is all the energy is going to go to this branch instead of going to the other branch that was next to it, and the rest of the energy is going to carry on up the main leader. I have marked this as the front, partly because you've got that curve at the bottom. It sort of curves back round, and at the moment the branch is sort of curling back on itself. I may change it. I may change that front. That might be more of an interesting front, slightly round here. I might change that right now. So something like that. I think that has potential. But at the moment, the plant is in development, so it's hard to say exactly where the front and back are going to be. But whilst I'm at it, just gonna come in and remove this stub at the top, because I don't want anything else attempting to grow out of that top part. I'm just gonna that's great. Take a little bit more there. It's just kept the bark on. I'm just going to come in, get rid of that. Oh, it's tearing it a bit. So that didn't go quite as planned. I think I may have had a little bit of wood caught on there. So I'm just going to tidy that up a touch. It's more like it. Something like that. It's a little bit messy, to be totally honest with you, but I think that will do for now. I'm not going to worry too much about this. I'm not going to put any sealer on it, any cut putty or anything. I think that's okay. And I'm just going to leave that to grow on from there. Okay, so this is the result of the 2 English elms that I've styled and repotted today. I'm quite happy with how they look, and I think the plants will develop quite nicely from here. This will grow into a main leader. Like I say, I'm going to let it grow strong. This I'm just going to keep trimming back. So part of the reasons why I like to prune these side branches back is because it directs more of the growth to the apex of the tree. So keep trimming this one, allow this one to develop. I'm only going to allow it to develop maybe for the full season, but I'll take a look at it by the end of the season, and we'll see whether it needs to be pruned back or I need to continue to develop it a little bit further. Okay, so I'd just like to thank everybody for watching and making it through to the end of the video. Please like, share, comment and subscribe for more bonsai content. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.